Good morning, how are y'all doing? And your name, sir? Joe. Okay. Y'all have name tags on, I like it. And you, ma'am, in the back, your name?
Donna.
Donna, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Eric.
Eric?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, my name is Zach Pollard. I am a realtor with Keller Williams Premier Partners, right outside of Baton Rouge. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge. My family owns a condo here on the beach in Orange Beach. So, you know, I got into real estate about a year ago. I graduated college in Southeastern with a degree in marketing and with concentration in professional sales and social media and digital marketing. I started off at Remax. I moved to Keller Williams about 3 months ago. My business has tripled since I go ahead and made the leap to Keller Williams. And my team leader in Louisiana asked me you do goal setting. We all set our goals for the year. And I said, I'll eventually one day, like one of my dreams would be to sell real estate at the beach. And she said, well, just go ahead and make it happen because you can. And I just didn't understand what she really meant. And then I met Tanya Bauer and they were like, yeah, it's reciprocal license. They explained how it worked. So I just went ahead and did it. And so I'll be here about half the time and there half the time. So I'm always going to be back and forth. But welcome and good morning. That's just a little bit about me. I'm 22 years old and I'm in a cat this year.
Wow.
Yay.
So there's just a lot of things and ways and the marketing mindset that I hope that you can take away from it today, just to go out and help grow your business as well. We're all our own boss and we're all independent contractors. So anything you can do to get more is our goal. So, I just want to know, why did you get into real estate?
All of those reasons.
All of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Does anyone else have like any other reason why they got into real estate?
I just enjoy real estate.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Benefits of it. I'm always
Yeah.
on looking at houses and watching HGTV and riding
Staying on
around looking at
realtor.com,
houses.
like I'm always into it.
Yeah.
For you?
Money.
Money? Okay. I get that a lot because, you know, we do make good money. I mean, it's a way to make a good living. You're willing to make it happen. I always ask people this question because I hear these answers, but from my experience, caring about people, we are helping people throughout one of the biggest purchases of their lifetime. So if you don't have a desire to help people, this may not be the industry for you. You have to be there for your clients. We're not just realtors, we're therapists, we're counselors, we are mediators. We deal with a lot of stuff with our clients. So, and we build a relationship with them in the end. As we all know that. So, caring about your people is the number one thing. Last week, I had a client in Baton Rouge who flooded. I went by their house and dropped off like a Lowe's gift card for them and everything. Because of that, I'm going to sell their house, help them find a new one, and I'm going to help one of their kids buy a house. Like just off of just caring about them, keeping in touch with them. You know, Baton Rouge got like 15 inches of rain, 900 houses flooded. So with that happening, just calling and Keller Williams care calls, doing some care calls, I got some business off of it. You just have to care about people. And that's why I hit it so hard, because if you don't care and you're not willing to work with people, it's just not a good way to get into real estate's not for you then. You have to be a people's person. You have to care. You have to ask people questions. You have to ask about the dog. You have to ask about the family. You're involved. You're part of the family. And closing days are so bittersweet because I'm know the whole family at this point. I had one client pick your kid up from carpool. Like, we're family. And you get so close with them. So closing days, I feel like I'm kind of breaking up with you. I'm like, I've done so much. I've gone through 20 houses. I know the kids' names, their ages. I know the name of their sports team by the time I get done. I know about your job and your life. You know, I've been involved in it for at least 6 weeks, at minimum. So, you know, closing days are just bittersweet for me. But you are your business. We all know this. I get asked this question all the time. What separates you from other realtors? And you have to find a niche. If it's, I know everyone has a niche in their market. You may not know it, you may have not found it yet. I found that they have cars and coffee. That is my niche. I love looking at cars. I like seeing the Shelby Mustangs and people showing off their cars at Cars and Coffee at Saturday morning in Baton Rouge at 8 a.m. It's a whole bunch of men there. They're all older, but I love complimenting them on their Corvettes. I'll show up with one of my friends who has a Jeep, and we'll just go look at cars for like an hour every Saturday morning. And it's been a great way to network with people. But, I got asked the question, what separates you from other realtors? And you have to take a step back and think, yeah, what makes me different? Because anyone can go find a realtor. Everyone knows a realtor. Everyone knows many realtors. So why should they choose you? And, after thinking about it, I said, you know what? The reason why you need to pick me as your realtor is because I'm going to deliver prompt service, elite communication skills, and make sure that this process is as smooth as possible. I've had one bitter transaction out of the 7 that I've done this year. Just one. That was kind of like, the rest of them, great clients, testimonials. You get referrals from them. Your number one referral system is other people. We all know that as well. And always ask yourself, why would someone choose me to be their realtor? What burning passion do I have in myself that is going to make someone, like, why would I choose myself to sell my house? Why would I pick me overall? I'm young. I get that a lot. I'm young. Okay, I'm young. Cool. But a marketing degree, I'm a marketing guru. I can talk to anyone and I can still get the deal done. And I have more experience than some realtors are getting into this as a second career. Some are coming in working it as a second job. I'm full-time. So full-time, you can call me 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm picking that phone up from a client. And that is something that you're going to get from Zach versus any other realtor. And so ask yourself those questions sometimes. Do a self-reflection. It'll really help you build your business, your brand, and see where you are and see where you want to go and how to separate yourself. As we all know, technology is advancing. It advances every day. Technology in real estate has changed the whole game. Luckily, as a millennial and someone who I've done marketing for other real estate companies in college, we have an app that we can give people now, and we can track and see what they're doing. The Keller Williams app, which is phenomenal. It helps us out a lot. But there's some other ways that you can leave here today and start doing to make your life easier. I encourage any realtor to get a marketing plan. I would write out your strengths and weaknesses. What are you good at for marketing? What are you doing right now? Is it working for you? Do you have a budget? What are you spending? Write out different ways that you're marketing. Are you just doing it by referrals? I know some seasoned realtors, they don't even do marketing. They don't have a Facebook page because of referrals. If you're that great, awesome. But marketing plan, sit down, write down a pros and cons. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What do I think that I'm missing? And where can I improve? Videography is extremely important in this competitive market. We're facing a low inventory crisis. So buyers agents are very tired right now. Videography is amazing, and I'll tell you why a little later on. And then open houses, all or nothing strategy. I see so many agents get discouraged. Younger agents like me that have gotten into this, they will go and hold an open house and they'll post it on Facebook, and that's all I see it. If you're doing an open house, it's an all or nothing. Get a network of people, get with a title company, get someone to sponsor it. If the house is a pool, go to a pool store and say, hey, do you want to sponsor my open house? Landscaping company, whoever did the landscaping, hey, do you want to sponsor this open house that I'm having? Vendors, make it in a big event, make it a party. create an event on Facebook, go all out for it, do the directional signs, do everything you have to do to get traffic through the door. And put balloons out. I've seen people do that, the big open house flags, if you're gonna even do an open house. But with the way that technology is evolving, videography has changed the way that open houses are being done. For my buyers now, if they have a listing video or a video walkthrough tour, I send that to them before I even take them to the house. That's something that I encourage everyone to do. Get into videography, and it's an extra service that you're providing as a listing agent. It's something else that separates you. Hey, look, I do video walkthrough tours. I'm going to show y'all one that I did the other day for a listing that I had. That, you know, has eliminated open houses. Then you can have your Sundays back. It's time management right here, every day. Marketing activities. So what do y'all currently do? Let's have it like a discussion. I want to know what y'all do to market. So let's just openly talk. I want to hear what some of y'all do to market your business.
Well, me and Zoe actually can't market yet. We're still waiting on our license to come back.
But you can still be working on a marketing plan.
Yeah.
And seeing, you know, potentially where you would, you know, what kind of avenues you want to take, what marketing channels you want to do. That's a big thing. Half of real estate is marketing. In fact, more than half of it. So marketing is so important. You have to do it right. So what else? Does anyone else?
Well, my niche is my target is probably going to be the passive income investment real estate. So the multiple house owner. That said, though, I don't want to put myself in a cubbyhole and miss out on the new buyer or the resale. So that's where I'm a little on the fence on how do you capture that niche without locking yourself out of the other world. So don't.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm here for today overall. But like, anyone else? What are you know? Are you posting on social media? Are you using? I know some people still use a newspaper. So some people do though, and if you're you know, older people read the newspaper still. My grandparents do.
Sure.
So what are some different ways that y'all are doing it?
I have a dog that's a golden doodle, which is amazing.
Best dog ever.
She's got like a little harness, and it has her like my name on it and real estate, blah blah blah, and that gets a lot of attention. Of course, I do social media a lot as well, and that helps a lot.
That does. It really does.
It does.
Does everyone, okay, on social media, does everyone know what you do for a living?
Yeah. Okay. I do print marketing for prospecting, just individual neighborhoods.
Okay.
Haven't seen a lot back from it yet, but it's only been probably doing the print marketing for about 6 months.
Okay.
And my understanding with that type of marketing is it's just going to take a while to keep your face in front of their eyes. Then I also do, you know, a lot of social media marketing, especially for bigger deals and looking for additional. And this goes back to what you were talking about, looking for additional investors. I will market to, instead of, you know, focusing the ads around my area, when you're looking for investors, you have to think of where are these investors?
Where are you going to go find these?
You're not finding investors right here, typically. You're going to find investors in New York, in Chicago, in LA, in Atlanta, etc. So I focus my marketing, my social media marketing in those areas. Okay. And I've picked up a couple of different investors on it. It worked out pretty good, but the print marketing and like you were saying, getting into the residential side, I wasn't from this area, and so I didn't have that immediate circle of people to hit up for houses. Exactly. So breaking into that market has been very slow. Now it is starting to progress, but it has been a slower process. And one way I did is also picked up Zillow leads in small market areas that other people typically weren't spending their money in. And I've picked up several decent buyers out of that.
Okay. So y'all have some balls rolling. What about you?
I love what you were saying about open houses, and I was just going to add, when you do have that event or
it's not an open house, it's an event.
When you get anyone at your open house, it's really, I think, a great opportunity that you're on stage, whether you hosted an event or whether you have a one-on-one conversation with somebody, and it can be free to do it, particularly if you're new in the business. But one of the clients that I have right now is selling a house for $700,000 and buying a house for $1 million. And it's a repeat client that had sold a house many years ago for $500,000 and bought, or $400,000 and bought a house for $550,000. And that person came from an open house, and that was followed up with afterwards. So I love what you said about the open house. I think another important part is just actually making sure you're following up with everybody at the open house afterwards, because if you're putting all that time and energy into being there and you're doing everything, then you get the most from it. Absolutely. And and so many people will say, no one's ever actually called me after the open house before. It's shocking, when I'm making those phone calls after the open house, how many people say. And usually what I say to them is, I promise my sellers feedback, because they're more likely to do it for somebody else than to do it for you. Like, I promise my sellers feedback on this house, so would you mind just telling me what you thought? And then they say, oh, I have a house to sell. That's what happened to this person. And you're the only person that ever called me, so would you come over and take a look at it?
That's awesome.
That's just a really great
hey, how are you?
Thing about open houses.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it all out. I mean, go all the way with it, so you get the most traffic, and then just represent yourself very well. But get it sponsored. It's so important to find where you're comfortable, where do you want to close at? What attorneys have you closed with? Which ones were you not, happy about? Which ones were the best? Like, went over the whole 9 yards and took a lot of work and time. Which lenders were easy to work with? Which lenders have the best communication? I mean, all this ties into our industry. And insurance companies, who gave me the quickest insurance quote? Who was the cheapest? Who's the best? Once you get this network of people that you like to work with, it's going to be a nonstop ball of momentum with every transaction. You'll get everything done so much quicker. And it took me a while to learn that. When I got to Keller Williams, I was like, I've had closings at 4 different places. I didn't like this one, I didn't like this one, I like these two. So whoever I send it to, it just depends on the marketing rep or whatever the situation may be, if we're having to go there. But
another really good thing too is, like, if you guys go out of town, say you go to Tennessee, go visit every Keller Williams office you can. Make that connection, give them your card, get a referral out of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
I stopped in one in Mississippi on my way here. Yeah, I sure did, and one in Mandeville. I was driving from Baton Rouge, stopped at one in Mandeville, and then one in Mississippi in Biloxi. So one of the main things, and I took John Story's class. He's a big social media marketing guru. So he was like speaking my language the whole time. I was like, yes, heard this before, I've done this, but he broke it down into a sense that I'm going to start doing his monthly coaching. It was that great of a class. And some of the stuff today came from his class that I took a couple weeks ago in the Baton Rouge area. John Story. He's really, really good. Like, highly recommend him. But the key to online engagement is creative content. You're thinking content, we get on social media, everyone has it. So one of the things that when I was doing consulting, what can I do for this business to make them stand out? What can I do to keep people engaged? You want to keep people engaged, and you want to be kind of fun with it. So one day on my Facebook, I said, one of the keys to find out when a house was built is to go and take the toilet lid and flip it over, and it has a year on it. Or take a thing out your attic. In your attic will have like a date on it of like 6-07. So the house was built in June of 2007, around that area time frame. And then I don't know if that's here, but in Baton Rouge, I posted it, and then I said, tell me what year your house was built in. And I had 19 comments. you know, and I had like 42 likes, and people were having fun with it, and people were sending me pictures of their toilet, like the lid of their toilet, and I was like, this is crazy. I didn't think that this would spiral off like this. So then I thought to myself, I was like, how can I make this even better? How can I just take this to the next level and really get these people like fired up? So make sure you appeal to your audience. Yes, people know that I do real estate. People also know that I travel. People also know that I have a dog. People know, you know, what you share on social media is a representation of your brand. You know, I'll share something funny every now and then, just something off the wall, you know, just to keep people engaged and see. I like to make people laugh. So I will always, you know, I'll go or post something like, if you have a vacant house, please flush your toilets. Thanks in advance. Zach Pollard, your favorite buyer's agent. Like, it just stuff like that. Really just getting people to laugh. Like, I had a day where I said the weirdest thing I've ever had to do was I was showing a house. I mean, a tornado warning. A tornado had touched down like within a 3-mile area of the house. And I said, wow, never thought this was going to come. I got on Facebook and said, had to get in the bathtub with my client today. How's your day going? You want to keep it fun? And it was true. I got in the bathtub with my client. I was like, what now? Like, I don't know where this is going, dude. Like, I'm awkward. This is soak yourself. But do you see how big it is? You know, you have a lot of space. You know, you can fit 2 people in it. Well, I was trying to make light of the situation, but like, and then that post took off. Everyone thought it was so funny. But it's true life situations that we run into that you can be sharing with people just to get engagement. You just want to get engagement. So, and of course, make it appeal to your audience. So you have online design. I've done web design and social media marketing. Here are my favorite resources that I've had a lot of success with. Of course, you have your KW Command. That is a really, really good. I've been at another company before. KW Command is great. You can instantly post directly to your Facebook. It links it for you. It tells you, and it gives you templates. It's great. I love Command. Easy to use, user friendly. Definitely take advantage of it. Canva.com. Make a free account. You'll thank me later. Canva is amazing. I use it for any marketing activities that I do. You can design flyers from it. You can make your own posts for social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, anything like that. Amazing. And Canva is very user friendly. Very easy. MailChimp.com. Email marketing, whether you like it or not, we're all realtors. We all check our emails. Everyone still uses email. 97% of people have an email address. Email marketing is going to be your best friend, and I'll tell you why in a couple minutes. MailChimp.com, best email marketing platform. I've worked with them all. Do yourself a favor and go ahead and buy the $19.95 membership monthly, and you can send out about 5,000 emails a month. And you're thinking, how am I going to get 5,000 emails? I'll tell you how to do that in a second. And then for video walkthrough tours, any video editing things that you want to do, Vimeo.com. It's pretty good. I think I spelled it right. I use it all the time. It's great. As realtors, you're not just selling houses, you're selling a city, you're selling an area that you're going to be living in. So breaking up your content and having more diverse content just makes it seem like, hey, you're an expert in the area. You're not just trying to tell me, you know, you're not just posting a picture of a market update or how the neighborhood's doing. If you go out and you're like, if you take a video, I've gone live in downtown Baton Rouge. Hi, Zach Pollard. I'm in downtown Baton Rouge today, and I'm here at Tsunami's at the rooftop bar, and I just want to share this beautiful sunset with y'all. What that does is it breaks up your content. I'm not just posting a picture. They're hearing my voice. They know who I am. They know where I'm at. They know where I hang out at. They know Tsunami's is a good place, and they know that they can go there and get a good view. And if you live in the city, you may go to Tsunami's. So you have to break it up. Break it up. Don't just constantly post about real estate. I unfriend realtors on Facebook all the time because I'm tired of looking at my new listing. Da, 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 da. I'm like, well, what else do you have going on in life? You know, share more than just your business, but still let people know you're in real estate. If you do that, you'll get more engagement. Yes, ma'am.
When you go live, doesn't it notify?
Notifies everybody. Everyone on Facebook knows about it. So-and-so went live. So automatically, I have over 2,000 Facebook friends. 256 clicked on right that second. And then 3 people met me there for dinner while I was there, because I was there by myself. So it's like, okay, kind of worked out. And then I talked to them, you know, and they were like, well, it was just so nice that you did that, and showed off like a cool restaurant that we could go to that's something different. Stand out. That's how I stand out. I just go to, I will ride around Baton Rouge and find different stuff for people to do. I was like, have you ever taken your kids to the pumpkin patch? You know, and I'll post pictures from the pumpkin patch. People are like, oh, that's so cool. My kids could do that. Go explore your area. Go explore it and show it off, because people live in the city. They want to know cool stuff to do. And you're a real estate guide. You're selling a city, you're selling a state, you're selling an area. Show it off and be proud of it too. I'm not ashamed that I'm from Baton Rouge. New Orleans is awesome. Love New Orleans, but I'm not ashamed that I'm from Baton Rouge. I make Baton Rouge my playground.
Go to Tatis.
You have to go to, well, yeah, go, I'm not. I'm being quiet right now. So just like I said, creative prospecting. I've learned so much within the past year in real estate, and just network with people affiliated in your industry. Mortgage companies, title companies, insurance companies, landscaping, roofers, painters, photographers, anything to do with the house. Anything to do with the house. Go talk to those people. Don't call. I'm not a fan of calling, and I'll explain that in a second. That's what these calls are for. But I do not call. I show up. You're a lot more memorable when you just show up. If I have like anything, I just roll up. The dealership calls about my car, I'm pulling in. I'm coming to talk to someone face to face. You have to be a face-to-face person. And doing that, just showing up to stuff, it sets a tone, depending on how you approach the situation. It's not every situation we're going to approach is great. But just showing up. I stopped at Flores Place last week. Hey, I'm a realtor, Keller Williams. Here's my business card. Here's a folder. If I have anyone who needs flooring needs, I'll make sure to send them your way, because you did my floors and you did a phenomenal job. These people want us because we sell houses. We are in the industry and we have the potential to make them money. So of course they're going to send people our way. If you scratch your back, I'll scratch yours, kind of deal. Especially title companies and mortgage. Anyone, lenders, go be their best friend. Go connect with some good ones and find out who you like and then stick with them. Common interest groups. Me, cars and coffee, all the way. Clubs or organizations. They have like a bourbon society in downtown Baton Rouge. I'm thinking about going and join it, not just to go network, but it's kind of cool. You go to this little bar and you taste bourbon, and there's like 40 or 50 members, and they import different spirits from like around the world, and you go taste them one night a week. I think that'd be kind of cool to join. So I'm gonna go join it in a couple weeks when my schedule kind of slows down and I can dedicate that night to that. Just to go meet people and network. You have to be a people's person. You got to learn You have to learn how to talk to people. Just relate to them, laugh with them. Anything like that. Are any of y'all involved in clubs, organizations, groups, church, leadership, anything? Is anyone involved in that?
Yeah, Chamber of Commerce.
Awesome.
Elks Club, Elks Lodge, actually.
Awesome. Okay. Anyone else? Church. That's a really, really good one. Yeah. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you know, that is actually a really good one. But you know, just find something, just find that you like. Fishing. I mean, they have like it aggravates me all the time on my Facebook. Like the fishing page for Orange Beach or Presidio Pass, like what fish they're catching. But it shows up my feed every day because it's like a big group. But they have men that are like, hey, everyone's fishing today at the pier. If you like to go fishing, go fishing. Wear a Keller Williams shirt and go talk about your business. Go introduce yourself to people. Strike up conversations. You know, hey, what bait are you using? Just wherever you're at, talk to someone. I talked to a lady in Publix this morning for like 15 minutes. That's probably why I was like almost late.
So Zach, question for you on the liability issue. So if you did a posting for a property, can you put at the bottom, you know, your connections, these people you've made recommended mortgage companies more than one, two, and three, or is there a risk to that?
So what I do is when I post on social media, if it's like for an open house, I had an open house and they had a pool, and my family has been in the pool industry forever. So automatically I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Sunshine Pools, get the chemicals, get the pool cleared up for the clients. But also in my post, I said, this open house was sponsored by Sunshine Pools. And look at how beautiful this pool is. It was a big, nice pool. And I said, the professional landscaping was done by the landscaping company who had done it and who had given me $100 to sponsor the open house. So I was able to buy snacks, refreshments, stuff to get people in there. That's what you want to do. That's our main goal. Get people to sign in. You know, they will give you money. Lenders will give you money to just have their name on an open house. And guess what? Your business is going to share the open house. You're going to share the open house. Their company's going to share the open house. And then the lender is going to share the open house. So you have 4 pages right there that are going to be shared from just getting a sponsorship. The landscape company too, 6 pages. Do you know how many people that's going to reach? I think at the end of it, it reached around 30,000 people.
That wasn't really my answer to my question. So if we do on a Keller Williams, right, and we have a landing page and we're sponsoring a specific home, can you put on there at the bottom, you know, recommended mortgage company, VA specialist, land, all that? Is that okay, or is that
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's going to be a question for your broker.
Yeah. I
know in Louisiana I can. I can recommend stuff in Louisiana. Alabama, there's some different,
it's not a liability issue as much as it has the potential to affect your reputation.
Right. I would only want to recommend,
like, you're not going to get most likely sued for one.
No, but you could lose business.
But say you recommend them to a particular mortgage broker and you don't give them a choice, you just say, hey, go with this guy, and they go with him and something goes sideways. Well, they're not just going to blame him; they're going to blame you.
Well, what I've got in my head is, right, visually I'm trying to figure out my land already. So I say, condo specialist, VA specialist, land, home, mobile home specialist, right?
If you're gonna have recommendations, have more than one.
Yeah. Okay.
Have like 5.
And you can put your favorite at the top.
Yeah, so what I do is say contact me for a list of vendors or whatever.
Okay.
For the area.
That's what I do.
Something like that, and don't list them in your.
I just say, here are my recommendations. Pick whoever you want. However, I've worked with these people before, and they get the job done right.
Yeah, I know that.
Exactly. And then I give them a choice.
Exactly.
I'm like, no matter who you pick, I said, actually, I encourage you, like first-time home buyers, call 3 lenders and go meet with them in person and see which one you're going to job with the best.
Right.
I put that on them. I'm like, that's your job. I'm not picking anyone for you, because at the end of the day, I don't want you saying I didn't steer you this way or anything like that. That's your choice.
But from a marketing standpoint, if they're sponsoring an event, then obviously
absolutely,
they're the one
100%.
Or whatever.
Yeah, they're not sponsoring your business. They're sponsoring an event that you're doing. Yeah. No one sponsors your business. Do not let anyone sponsor your business, because then you've gone from this much to this much. You just narrowed yourself down. So just keep that in mind. Local events in schools and businesses. If you see a business that is having if they are having their own event, go ahead and sponsor it. Or a school needs a sign for the football field. I do that every year. My face is at the end of the football field, at the end of the at the local high school in the area where the field goal is. My face is right there, big old sign. It's like as big as this board. So I sponsored the school, and that boils down public relations. It shows that yes, I'm giving back to the community. I'm contributing money back to the school and the school system because I care about it, because that affects my business. You want the schools to succeed. You want the kids to succeed. So public relations is like another marketing topic. If I had to cover everything in marketing, we'd be here till 10 o'clock tonight. But I'm just giving you high points today. And then volunteering. I went and volunteered at an animal shelter, met 15 people, and we cleaned disgusting dog crates all day. But I posted about it, not for even real estate. Look, I'm volunteering, and I found that this animal shelter is in need. So if anyone can come donate these items, it would be greatly appreciated. It's during that hard freeze that we had. And I went and just volunteered, and I met a lady there, hit it off with her, sold her house. She's closing tomorrow. Got the clear closes this morning. You never know who you're gonna meet. Go do as much as you possibly can. You are a doer. If you just sit in an office and make phone calls, you're not doing it right. You need to just go, and stay on the go. It gets tiring, and you do need days to yourself, and we'll talk about that with the managing your time, but just get creative when you're prospecting. When I hear prospecting, I want to vomit. I hate it. I hate hearing about it. But when you do it in a way that you enjoy, it's amazing. You meet the people that you like, whether it's going out to the marina, going out to the little bar or something to socialize with people, whether it's joining a club or organization, chamber of commerce. I mean, they have so much out there. Just go explore it. See which one to get involved with. Church, great. I know a lot of realtors who are involved in their church, and they are youth group. They do the church trips. They do the whole 9 yards, and the church has made them very successful. Advertising in the church bulletin, sponsoring the church fair. There's so much out there that you can just be doing that is small that's really going to impact your brand and your business.
Yeah.
Time management, love this. I have a young agent that we just brought on. He's 19. He's like, I told him, I said, real estate is a tree. And he was like, what? What are you talking about? I said, literally, you're going to plant a seed in the ground. And I want you to go do this. Go plant a seed in the ground today. You're getting into this young. Your niche is going to be first-time home buyers. And it's going to take a while for your business to roll. I've been in this a year, and I'm just now getting to where I have a consistent 2 or 3 closings each month. But I have not stopped. I read a book, and it's up here. I'll tell you about it in a second, but let your business foundation do the marketing work for you. Let what you do in your business, the way you do it, make your foundation do all the work for you. It's easy. When my home buyers come to me for a buyer consultation, I send them a link, and it's a video, and I explain the whole home buying process to them. Also, meet them in the office, and I give them a folder. And I got this off of KW Command. It has my logo on it and everything. I said, this is everything you need to know about buying a house. Also, there's a link in here for a video where you can watch me explain it in person too if you prefer not to read. Best of both worlds, right? Amazing. This is a foundation of my business because this saves me time. I don't have to answer any questions for any buyers. They already know it right here. Not what's next, not what's here. You work with a good lender that keeps you updated on the loan process. Buy the folders. They're $1.25 each on Amazon. Create this for yourself. Guess what? I have 6 pre-approved buyers right now in Baton Rouge. And I'm going to spend the weekend in Orange Beach because they already know where they stand. They already know the process. They already have vocabulary. I mean, this is right off command at your fingertips. And they have something to take with them, with your business card, your information. I tell them to contact me at any time, but I very rarely hear from my buyers. I tell them, send me the homes that you want to look at, and if they have a virtual tour, which is next, right here, this saves time too. So this was my video tour that I did for one of my listings, and I had the buyer, we won't watch the whole thing, like 3.5 minutes long, and I would send it out, and I put it on pause. Guess what? Video. So this is stuff that definitely implemented. And by doing this, you already got one. You already know that been through it all. Buyers are there. on it. They're moving it. Especially ways come out. And like, it's
Just for the agents that we have, I have a photographer that is Sky, and I do a video, bringing a tour on everyone, pictures. He does a drone and he does what's called a Matterport, which is like that. You can walk through the house and there will give you a dollhouse effect. It cuts off the top of the house and you can look down at the house and then you can drive through the house and see the rooms a lot like that. He also does a video like that. All of that for Keller Williams is $199. I do it for every single, I don't care if it's 100,000 or $1 million or 2 million. I do it for every single one. That's Stephen Hines.
Guess what? This is also,
that's our price.
This is also an extra service that I can tell them that I provide. Look, this is an example of my work. This is what you're going to get when you list with me. This is why I charge this person 6.5% commission, because you're going to get more of an elite level.
Yeah.
You want to give
so
it. You want to give it. I do. Every listing
presentation should be.
I have my iPad and I'm like, look, here's some of my past work. This is why I'm charging you more, because your house is going to sell, and I'm going to make sure it's done with less foot traffic. Because this was during COVID too, and then people were hesitant about foot traffic. It was like kind of in the middle of it. I mean, I guess some of us can consider it over. I don't know. But that was just a good extra service that you can provide. And paying $199, you're going to pay that for professional photography anyway.
You get everything. You get drones,
and everyone
photos.
That walks into that house after going to that video is serious. That's what I love about it.
I don't have 5 hours.
I mean, either. This is like when I first started like playing around with it. Now I can do one in about 2. It doesn't take long.
And who was that again?
Ice Guy, Stephen Hines, he's one of our preferred vendors.
Okay.
And if you go back by the copier, all the cards, their business cards, are in that little plastic card holder. If not, ask Melissa, but his card should be back there.
Okay.
These are all our preferred vendors. So they pay for us to sponsor them. They also give us a tremendous discount.
$199 is not bad.
It's not.
I just want to say thank you, Zach. My daughter's home alone.
Oh,
She was
you're
texting
fine.
me.
100%. You're
Thank
fine.
you so
Have a great day. It's nice meeting you. But I went on a listing appointment last week. Luxury listing. I was very intimidated. I'm not gonna lie. I was so nervous. I pulled up. I had a little pep talk with myself. I went in, and when I showed them this video, I'm listing their $1.3 million home on October 1st, and they're buying a condo from me in Orange Beach for $1 million, just by having this in my back pocket. They said every other realtor we've talked to that's luxury has not had anything of that quality. And you are who you are. I said, regardless, this is my typical outfit every day. You know, I am who I am. What you see is what you get. Just be yourself. And I was myself with them. I said, I'm going to be completely honest. I have not done a luxury listing, but I can give you the marketing, the concierge level and elite marketing background and experience to make sure that your property is marketed. Best thing about the video, I put it on my Facebook page and sponsored it. So not only did my immediate Facebook friends see it, everyone on my Instagram saw it, everyone, I posted it to my story, they saw it, and then I paid $50. And this video got on Facebook, I think around 30,000 views.
You boosted it.
I boosted the post and I boosted the video. Got 30,000 views. 7 days on the market. And the buyer was from Georgia. Looking in Baton Rouge.
Wow.
So saves me so much time, saves you time. And this is where the business is going. Showing up and taking pictures and throwing it on MLS. As a buyer, I've done both buying and selling. It's stressful working with buyers when you don't know if that paint color really looks like that paint color when you walk in. And if it doesn't, then you're, you know, the buyer can't get their mind off of it. So also what I found that's very important for especially your business, I know you're still like, you're getting into it. You may be very seasoned, and the seasoned ones can agree with me on this. Set boundaries with your client and make time for yourself. Real estate, you can work 7 days a week. I've done it before. I have a closing tomorrow that I'm not going to make it for, but it's okay because I set boundaries with my clients. I said, listen, I'm going to be out of town when your closing happens. However, I'm going to tune in via FaceTime. Technology has helped us in so many ways. So I'm going to be able to attend the closing tomorrow, but I'll be there virtually. But you need to set boundaries with them. You need to be upfront. If you don't want to work on Sunday, you say, listen, on Sundays, I do not work. I hope that you can respect that. That's the day that I do not take any phone calls, or it could be Wednesday, or, hey, look, I really don't do showings in the evenings. Just whatever you have going on in life, you can work it around your own schedule, but set boundaries with them for sure. What I like about Alabama, y'all have to sign immediately, like a transaction broker or you're their representative. In Louisiana, we don't do that. But that's something that here that y'all do very well. Alabama has their stuff together with that. I want all of you to read the book called The Miracle Morning. I have agents scramble all the time. How do I get my day set up? How do I do this? How do I do that? I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning. I do a 30-minute workout. I drink my cup of coffee. It sounds crazy. In the first 3 days, I wanted to jump off a bridge. It was crazy because I don't sleep that well at night. So I just did it, and John's story really, really enhanced why. You wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's early. It sucks. You're like struggling during the week. But I have 4 hours to plan out my day and know what I've got to get done. So when that first client calls at 9 o'clock, I know exactly what I'm going to tell them. I know how I'm going to approach the situation. I know what I have to do for the day. I have to go do showings. And I do all of my work and all my emails. I respond at 9 and up until 9 o'clock, emails going back and forth, sending listings to people. At lunchtime, I'll check it, but the rest of my day is kind of free after that. I'll do all of my work in the morning. And then 9 o'clock, I'm kind of, I'll do what I need to do. But by lunchtime, my day's over with. Then I have the whole afternoon just kind of do whatever I want. And I don't have showings or anything like that. Miracle Morning is a book that structures you on how to set your day up for success. It talks about why waking up early, why doing a small exercise, why saying your affirmations in the morning. Pretty sure a couple of us have done this before. Just saying, your plans for the day, what you're going to accomplish. Total change of lifestyle for sure. But my business has been, I'm able to take on more. That's the easiest way to put it. You'll be able to take on more. Waking up early is a game changer in real estate. It's changed my business tremendously. At first, I had 3 buyers, and I was like waking up at 9, getting to the office. I was stressed out. I was like, I'm only working with 3 buyers. And they wanted to look at houses at the same time. And then I said, well, how can I make this easier? By waking up early, sending them video walkthrough tours, And for the rest of the day, I can do nothing but showings. And then I'm like, hey, if we're cool, do you mind if I can just FaceTime you and go house hunt for you? And I'll FaceTime you while I'm there and give you the tour that way. You have to work around people and be very creative around your clients. Just The Miracle Morning, that is a really, really good book for us. Really good. It just sets your day up. I think that was the last thing I had. Time management. But time management is the most important, besides marketing, and we can talk about real estate all day long. Time management, discipline, and keeping yourself on a schedule is how you're gonna overall make it in this business and succeed. Any seasoned agent will agree.
I'm a seasoned agent, sorry. I'm asking a lot of questions. Do you do a landing page for each one of your listings?
I do. However, I'm more of a videographer guy, and people are like, oh yay, my house is a landing page. And right now what I'm in the middle of doing, I'm building my own website. I'm doing zachholler.com. And now it's going to be, I'm looking to buy or sell in Alabama or Louisiana. And then I'm going to have videos on each one. So landing page is great. It just depends on, I mean, it's an extra service that you can provide. And yes, I do it right now when I do everything through Keller Williams, but after switching from Remax, I'm in a whole rebranding process.
Yeah,
and I'm having a brand out here too.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing you are. I'm going to get more focused on a website. So
yes.
It's all one
It's
space.
all one thing. Yeah. And get a YouTube channel.
Very important.
Very important. It's linked to Google. When you look up, we have a realtor in the greater Baton Rouge area. You type in her name, her YouTube channel comes up. She gives market updates. I know you hate your self-talking. I hate hearing myself talk. I hate it. It's the worst thing ever. But you're gonna have to get over it because guess what? It's how you talk. It's how you communicate. Sorry. Every week or once a month, I send out an email to everyone in my KW command, and it's a market update. I'll go down to the Mississippi River, about the state capitol, greater Baton Rouge area market report. Guess what? That means more to people than just than having to read it.
Because you'll delete.
It's boring. It's like, who wants to, oh wait, it went up 8.7% in listings. But I'm doing a video and I'm interacting and I'm like, yes, we are up 8.7% in listings this past month in the Baton Rouge area. What that means for you as a property owner is your property value is going to increase, or just whatever the economics the situation is. So focus on your economics in real estate. They're very, very important. Supply, demand, know your numbers, have it together. Market updates is something that I do monthly. I get out there, I get someone film me, I do a quick 60 seconds, throw it on my Facebook page. That's going to get you more engagement, and people share it. Greater Baton Rouge area, we want to know what's going on in your market. You have a house here, you're invested in this area. Speak about it. Be a voice about it. Don't be a typer about it. Typing's boring. I see, I unfriend realtors all the time. I'm like, if I don't see you talking or engaging or doing something, and you just post nothing but my open house this Sunday, you're not utilizing everything that you possibly can to build a successful real estate business. Not that I'm saying I'm this pro or this marketing prodigy, but I've been in the game long enough and, on track to cap this year in both offices. I don't think I'm doing horrible, and I'm going to continue to grow my business every day, but I just didn't think that I would be at this point. The fall happened so quickly, and now I have like 5 pending, closing tomorrow, 3 listing appointments next week. It just has not stopped. And I couldn't have taken all of that on if I wouldn't have had my time management skills. Your time management is your best friend. Time is money. And if anything you can do to save yourself time for your business, digitally, do it. Start investing in it. If you need to hire someone to do it for you, I highly recommend just getting it done. It's the simplest thing to do. So yes.
Could you give us like some examples of your time management. You talked about the book, how you start in the morning, but do you block out so much time for?
Absolutely. You have to have time for yourself. If not,
but I mean, for your business, how do you block out time for? You don't do calls, so that's not it. I don't call,
and I'll show you something that's going to do better than calling that I've done too.
So you block off time just for your other tools that you're using, and then when you're done, when that time's up, you move on to the next. Or tell us how you do your time.
So what I do, I have a big sheet of paper in my office, and it says like Zach's ideal week. And I sat down with my team leader, and she did it for me after I read the Miracle Morning. I have like 5 a.m. wake up. You know, and then I have like by 6 a.m. I'm going for a run. I run 2 miles every morning. Not a lot, just something mentally. It helps me out, helps me clear my mind. It takes about 30 minutes. Do a small exercise in the morning. I hate working out, worst thing ever. But when after I go for my run,
you feel so good.
Your endorphins are high, and it gives you a more positive. And then while I'm doing it, I'm like, I am going to get this listing today. I am going to show up to this house today. I don't make phone calls, and people are like, you're in real estate. Why would you make phone calls? You know, why? Because when you call, my first day at Keller Williams, I walked in, and my team leader gave me a sheet, and she said, I want you to call these 21st Salva owners. I said, okay. So I got on the phone, and she's like, did you get a listing appointment? I said, no, I didn't. And she said, okay, what about the expired? I said, they were like, our house is unsellable. We don't want to sell now. I don't call people. I just show up at their door with a folder with my professional resume in it, which I don't have in here. Shame on me. I didn't print it out this morning. The home selling process for sale by owners, I give them tips. I give them staging ideas. And I went up to a for sale by owner one day, gave him, I said, hey, I'm just going to drop this off for you. I know you have a lot of realtors probably bombarding you with phone calls. Hey, look, here's a folder. It has some tips in here on how to sell your house for sale by owner, a profit net sheet on what you're going to make if you do decide to go ahead and list with a realtor, my personal information, comps in the neighborhood. And if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Gave it to a guy one day, didn't even pull out of the subdivision. He called me. He said, can you please come back and look at my house? I just opened up your stuff and I saw some staging ideas. I went in there, wrote down a clipboard, brought my clipboard, wrote down the checklist. I said, you need to paint the kitchen, take down the deer heads, because you're moving anyway, so start consolidating. Go ahead and get this yard landscape, throw down some red mulch, paint your stucco on the front white, and I'll only write a 30-day contract. That house sold in 9 hours when I put it on the market. Then I got to help them buy another house. So I got a double whammy off of them. Show up. Don't be a phone call, be a face. That's this industry. Your face is your business. This is what sells, whether you like it or not. It's on a business card, it's on your social media, you know. However, if you show up, of course, don't solicit, but, you know, just look, I'm just dropping off some helpful information to you. These folders have gotten me a lot of listings.
Come from a place of contribution.
Yes, I'm just here to help you. Don't come here trying to get the listing. Now, always have a hard copy of the listing and marketing agreement in your car, because if they say yes on the spot, you don't want to be unprepared or have your laptop with you at all times. But highly recommend getting these folders built together like a staging guide, what's trending, and, you know, if they need to, you know, go through the house. And right now, I tell any seller, you want it to be as blank as possible so they can imagine their couch being here, this being there. Take all your family photos down. I've shown houses and they have personal pictures, and the buyers know the sellers. And that particular case, they didn't really like them. So take down any family pictures. We don't want to know anything.
So how do you approach that? Because I had a client, a listing, and they had a whole wall of their kids. And like in the bedroom, they had like every kind of Victoria's Secret lotion and just stuff everywhere. And I went through and kind of told her, and I didn't want to be too abrasive, but when I actually went with the photographer, had the pictures taken, we were having to pull stuff off into like laundry baskets, putting in the closet, and it was just a mess. And that what makes me nervous about getting a listing is like, if you do have a hot mess house, how do you approach your clients where you don't offend them?
I tell them, listen, in the market that we're in, yes, you do have the upper hand because you are a seller and we have low inventory. However, if you want to get the most money for your house, people need to be able to walk into a home and envision it with their stuff in it. So you're already going to be moving because you're listing your house. That gets them right there. So guess what? I'll go get some boxes for you and drop them off so you can start taking some family pictures down, some bubble wrap. Like, I come from a place of, I'm going to help you,
Right.
but also you need to get the deer heads off the wall, or you need to paint this kitchen. You know, here's what is in the. I'll pull out my iPad. I'm like, this house down the street from you. Look how clean it is, and look how organized everything is. So we're gonna have to clear everything off the counters. You want it to be as fair as possible. If you notice with this house, I made them strip everything. I said, I do not want. We had pictures initially taken. I made them strip everything. They have nothing on their counters. I even made them take their dining room table, the breakfast area out. Nothing, just towels. I couldn't. That was a difficult room, the kids' rooms, but we still made it happen. But you want it to be as easy and bare and plain as possible. They took so much stuff off that patio, it was ridiculous. And you know what? When the people walked in, they already knew what they wanted because it was clean and bare. So I would just approach a situation like that as, you're already moving, so start consolidating and packing up. We want to make this place as bare as possible and do the little steps that we need to take to go ahead and make sure as soon as it hits the market, it's fresh, clean, and people want to come see it. You want it to be desirable. You want it to have curb appeal, and you want the inside to be cleaned up. And just, I prefer white walls. You have to do any painting, and just look at what the houses in the neighborhood are doing too. And normally one is going to be more updated, one's going to have better landscaping, and then they'll see that. So that's how I would approach the situation. But does anyone have any additional questions for today? As far as marketing goes, start going live. Everyone's going to be notified. Get over the sound of your voice. And take advantage of iMovie and Vimeo and MailChimp. And one thing that I'll share with you that I would never share with anyone else is go to businesses, or if you have a friend planning a wedding, anything like that, go. We have an agent at our office. Her friend had 250 wedding invites that she sent out. She bought that whole list from her friend. Why? Because she sent out postcards to everyone on that list, everybody. She bought a company's CRM just to have emails in the area. Wow. She paid $500 and got 700 emails. And they can always opt out. It's not illegal to send someone an email. They can always opt out. So there's a lot of ways that you can go to businesses and say, look, do you have a CRM? Do you have some emails? Do you have a database that you can share with me? I'll pay for it. It's like paying for leads if you want to look at it like that. Everyone's going to eventually buy or sell. I'll go visit a funeral home.
There you go. So there's a thing called Truth Finder. So if you want to do background checks on something, right? So at the end of the day, to get through what it does, you can also do your community, and you can put your own house on there, and it will give you all of your neighbors, and that also has phone numbers and emails. So for those that aren't aware, Truth Finder, you can get that info. So.
That and to see if someone really owns the house, you can go on the county's website, type in their address, and if it matches, that's the first thing I do when someone calls me for a listing appointment. Do you own the house you're in?
Are we able or allowed in Baldwin? I don't know if you guys know more. Or if you do a YouTube posting, can you put the MLS?
You can brand it to yourself, of course, but you can put the YouTube link on your business page and either boost it or share it, but branded material you cannot put on MLS.
Right. So brand inventory, okay. So for the YouTube though, you can put a link, the MLS link, because I never see those. The reason I ask that question is because I watch these videos all the time, but I never see the links to the actual property. And I don't know if that's because of legal reasons.
It may be, but I know in Louisiana, the way that we do it, I can't, if I were to have my Keller Williams branding at the bottom of it and my face and all that stuff, I can't put it on the MLS.
Well, we can't do that either here.
Okay, so it's the same. But no, yeah, you can put the MLS number. That's all I do, MLS.
So they were saying that here we do, or John does a branded and a non-branded. So there's 2 different versions of it.
It's double marketing. If you want to do that, I mean, all it is a little thing that you can edit and just add at the bottom. But absolutely, if you haven't, get a Facebook page, a business Facebook page, and just your name of the brand. Just mine is Zach Pollard Realtor. And that's where I pay a little bit of money to reach a lot of people. I live in a more consolidated area, so Baton Rouge, of course, I can spend $20 and probably hit 10,000 people. But the only downfall to Facebook advertising is when you do pay for an ad, you schedule it all out, it starts running. Because of equal housing opportunity, you're going to hit anyone over the age of 18. But they're going to give you a report of your demographics, of like what age groups looked at it, who clicked on it, which actually helps you market on the back end to those groups. So if I do a Facebook, if I boost a Facebook post like I did for that video, I saw the age group was 27 to 34. That was the most people who viewed it. So then I Googled, best way to market to people between the ages of 27 and 34. And those people at the time were Facebook, Instagram, TikTok was one of the ones. Believe it or not, TikTok, I don't know what it is, but people in their 30s, they love it. And so, guess who made a TikTok that day? I did, and I just hit the ground running with it. I just didn't stop. So, you know, you can find a lot of the stuff marketing-wise just by Googling and different ways to set yourself apart. But the most important thing about marketing, make sure once you stick to whatever you're planning on doing, make sure it runs with your business. And when I say that, I mean, make sure that everything is consistent. You want consistency, but also we're selling real estate. So post different content, Google it if you need to. I post about potting plants sometimes. And I've posted about how to unclog a drain in a house. I've posted about just stuff that people are gonna need. When to change your air conditioner. Have you checked on your air filter lately? People, oh, no, I haven't. Let me go check on it. Well, I need to go get one. You know, just stuff like that. Home maintenance tips. When we had the flood in Baton Rouge a couple weeks ago, I went live and I said, to anyone who flooded, please reach out to me if you need help. One of my listings flooded. I had another past client who flooded. I said, I'm going to give y'all some tips on what to do after your house is flooded. So I went through and I said, get all the sheetrock out. Well, first of all, rip up take pictures and timestamp them. And then I ran up through the whole process, probably similar to what y'all had to go through with Hurricane Sally. Timestamp them, start ripping out the sheetrock, start getting a dehumidifier, and I took them through all that. And I had 6 people inbox me and say, thank you so much for the information. I said, and if you need a contractor, I have some recommended ones that I'll send to you. And who I would recommend. And I sent 2 guys out, and you know, that's just a good foundation for business. And just giving people tips. It doesn't always have to be about this open house, this or that. Break it up. Break it up. Be different, set yourself aside. You'll get more engagement. That's all you want is more engagement. And I noticed once I did start branching out my marketing and doing different stuff, I started getting more business. I started getting people, I just asking more questions about real estate. I've connected with a lot more people, and it has just not stopped. And people are thankful for it. Like, thanks for reminding me to check my air filter. Thanks for helping me out with the flooding situation. Thank you for telling me how to unlock my garage door when it's locked, when I'm locked out, you know, our best places to hide a spare key. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. So you're here to help people overall. And I hope that you took something from this today.
Absolutely.
And if you have any questions, I'm going to hang around. So if you have any additional questions that I didn't answer today or anything, I'll be around here for probably the next hour, and I'll probably get grab lunch and then head back to the beach. But you can friend request me on Facebook.
That's what I was going to ask you, actually.
You can do that. It's Zach Pollard.
Don't be posting stuff because he's going to delete you.
No, I mean, like, if you're really like coming from a place of just genuality, like if you're being genuine and I see so many people just wanting to succeed. I'm all about helping people. Like, I'm all about helping people. Yes, I'm here. Like, I want y'all to succeed. We're all in this together. It's not a competition. I don't believe real estate. If people who think real estate is competition are already losing.
Jack, do you have a phone? Can I get one of those phones from you? What you hand out?
I don't have everything in it.
Well, right.
But
you would make it specific if you were driving by a home, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I would have my resume in here, but this is on KW Command. This is the lifesaver. Your clients won't bother you all the time. I love it. Because your buyers will drive you nuts. So this is my little logo I created for myself. I'm Zach Pollard Realtor, helping you find your way home. It gives them how do y'all want me to communicate with you? And we have a lot of plants in Baton Rouge. So if you work nights, obviously you don't want me to call you while you're sleeping during the day. You probably want me to shoot you an email or a text message. I always have that right here. So, and a lot of people like text messaging. It just depends on your client. I've had a client who's 80 years old right now. She wants a phone call. And she made that very clear to me. I said, yes, ma'am, you got it. You know, best way to reach you, morning, noon, afternoon, anytime. How often do you want to be notified about an update? You know, just things like that. It has how buying a home works, whole process, partner with an agent, pre-approved for a loan, find your new home, make your offer, negotiate the terms, under contract. It explains what under contract means. Before you close, here's how you do all this for your closing. Closing day, what do you need to bring for your closing? Closing day, what's going to happen?
This is in Command, or you made
this? Is all in Command. Okay. And I did critique some of the stuff in here because some of it was kind of detailed, and I don't want my buyers to be overwhelmed. I want to make them think the home buying process is not as hard as what people make it out to be. It's really not. I make it I dumbed it down to the dumbest. I could go drop this off to a 6th grader, and he would tell me about a house at the end of it. That's your audience. I learned that in college. You always want to talk like you're talking to a 6th grader. Exactly right. Okay. 12-year-old. You want a 12-year-old to be able to buy a house. And that was my goal. And I did go see one of my little cousins who's 13 and I said, can you read over this for me, buddy? He said, yeah. I said, do you know how to buy a house now? And he was like, yeah. I understood. I kind of understand it. I was like, good. I did good then. Financing your home, do's and don'ts. If you open up a credit card, like my Genius clients have done, one of my past clients did in the past, do's and don'ts. I make jokes about it, but I'm like, what to have on hand to get pre-approved, and do not open up a line of credit. Don't go buy a new car. Don't do any of that stuff. Your lender will kill you. Just finance in the future. And then a promise. Just some stuff that I promise to do as a realtor for you. Just simple things like consistently communicate, treat your family straightforwardness, answer your questions on time, hold myself accountable, find the right home for you, serve you as a community leader in real estate, always do the right thing, even if it isn't what is easiest. Take care of your needs at the highest level through unparalleled professionalism, attention to detail. No request is too small, and it's really not with me. I picked up kids from carpool, clients' kids from carpool. No request is too small, but I'm also on the same page on SpongeBob. You can never deny a yes, even the most ridiculous request. And also just to be a trusted leader and a real estate advisor for you. And then commonly used terms. It looks like a little glossary for them. It's actually like a little book that I put together, and I give this to them. And I walk them through it in the office. And I tell them, you know what, I work around your schedule. You don't get off work till 6 o'clock, that's fine. Meet me in my office at 6 o'clock. I have a cup of coffee waiting for you. Or I have, you know, red wine, white wine, beer. If you want to, you're getting off of work. This is also, I send them a link and I explain this in person if you don't want to read through this. And then as I'm taking them through the whole buying process, I check it off for them. I'm like, we've already done that. We've already done step 6. We're on step 7, and that'll answer their questions. So having this guide for them really has helped me. It's helped me out. It helps them out, but it's a mutually benefiting thing because they aren't calling me, asking me questions like, what's next? What do I need to do? Where am I at? I'm like, it's in your guide. Or just go rewatch the video where I say all this in a video format that I text to them. So, and then also in here, I put my recommendations page, which is pointless y'all because y'all are, they're all from Baton Rouge, but it's like roofing, landscaping, all the connections that I made, photography, you know, and I know that these are people too, best places to travel. I do like different stuff. Top 10 US destinations to travel to this year if you want to take a vacation. I put that in there. Best places, like little ways to like home, like DIY projects that are pretty cool. You know, stuff just to kind of keep them engaged and keep them focused on this. And my resume too. Resume is kind of important. I want people to know what I've done, how I've done it, where I've been. I want them to know that I went to college. I want them to know that I went to school in Central. Drums up a conversation. I had a buyer one day that he said, I didn't know that we went to the same high school. I really like that. And it was a good thing for us to communicate. Oh, we went to the same college. Awesome. It makes them feel more comfortable automatically. Once you have something in common with someone, it's a psychological thing, they feel more comfortable with you. So and then you can make a conversation off of it. You don't have to like ask them, how's the family doing? This or that, you do this. How was your time at Central High School? You know, wherever you went to school. And then I have one for sellers, the process, and I always leave it in my page of notes. I'd scan it on my phone. I'll scan it into my own. But I give them the original copy of what needs to be done before we list it. Very rarely do I walk into a home and it's ready to be put on the market that second. Very rarely. They have to. I said, y'all have some work to do with sellers. You know, you still have work to do. You know, you want to talk about your custom marketing plan that you're going to do for them. Custom. People like custom stuff that's done for them. If you go to a dealership and they say, we've customized this for you, doesn't that make you feel a little bit more special? Or if you have something done, we've customly done this for you, it makes you feel better as a purchaser. So, custom marketing plan. This is how I'm going to sell your house. Are you comfortable with me? In Louisiana, we have to ask, are you comfortable with me putting the house on social media and on the websites? Because when you do list with Keller Williams, your house is going to go on around 700 websites. Are you comfortable with that? Some people aren't. Some people are kind of closed off. Just depends. Very rarely do I get a no. But I do customize marketing plan through strategic promotion and everything right here. This is all in your KW command. Get some folders, get off the phone, and just hit the road. You're guaranteed to get someone. If you go and hand out 20 of these, you're getting someone for the end of the day. May not be at the end of the day. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the next week. Because some people have to talk about moving. That's a big choice, you know. You're moving all your prized possessions out your house and relocating your life. But they also have a process too. And I have it in a folder ready to go. I keep these in my car. These aren't finished ones, but you have to be ready to go at all times. I have a folder for blank contract. So always be prepared. And these are good tools to use, and they're going to separate you for sure. Separate you. And then eventually, when I do get my website launched and everything like that, I'm going to have a QR code in my website. And that's when I'll probably come back and teach y'all or go over how I did that if any of y'all are interested on the rebranding process that I'm doing.
The code thing?
Yeah, the scan code. That's what I do for when I don't do this anymore. I used to, but I used to put like flyers, like people could jump out and get a flyer. And I would put the code that you can scan the QR code and it would take them to that listing video or a listing video that's been done. So it's been, that's been pretty successful, and I can see how many times the code has been scanned. So, like in this consultation packet, I have a QR code for one of the I think it may be on frequently asked questions, and it pops up with a video of me answering frequently asked questions throughout a transaction, and I answer them. It's like a 10-minute video, but and I hate hearing myself talk. But I don't listen to them. But, you know, I just edit it really quick and throw it on there on my little platform, and they can go to it. And the best thing is to go to bed at night and not have a buyer calling you, not have anyone emailing you, not anyone bothering you. You want them to be self-sufficient. They're going to house on their own. They're going to look online anyway. The best thing to do is just make your business easy and straight to the point, like this. I feel like this is pretty simple. I've been an operations manager mindset. What can I do to make this easier for me and for them? We're mutually benefiting right now. And the email marketing is I'm heavy on that too. That's, everyone checks their email, and you want to stay at the top of the mind. So whether you're networking at a bar, wherever you're at, just check in there. Let people know where you're at. People know where you're at. They know that you're not just, it shakes up your algorithm. So when you do post something about real estate, everybody sees it. Yeah. So, but if you post about nothing but real estate, your algorithm just stays the same. And I learned that the hard way.
That's an aha moment, by the way. You opened my eyes on that one, because I started to do that once I got into business.
Once you just, if you post something,
just switch it over a little bit.
I friend realtors. If I go through your Facebook feed and I see nothing but real estate, I'm like, okay, we get your realtor. What else do you have going on? I want to know, because I'm going to choose you as a realtor. Maybe we go to the same church, but you never talked about it. Maybe we go to the same hairstylist, but you've never posted about it. Maybe we go vacation at the same spot. I wouldn't know, you know? So just be out there and just be different with it. Be crafty. My team leader said she posted a selfie and she said, I want everyone else to comment their last selfie on the comment thread. She got like 117 comments and was just drumming up conversations with people, shook up the whole algorithm because everyone was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Da-da-da-da-da. So of course I put my selfie in there. I think it's kind of cool. Or like, what was the last picture taken on your phone? That one could be pretty risky, but you know, I'm saying I regretted that one pretty quickly. For some people, I was like, I should have put that one. So, but just different ways to get people engaged. You know, and just show off where you're at. You don't want to, of course, post every single day what you're doing all the time, because then the algorithm gets shooken up. So when you do post about real estate, people are like, oh, but he was just at Publix yesterday, or he just got his oil changed. He tagged in there and tagged in here. He checked in here. He was with this person. So you want to post consistently and remind people, yes, I sell real estate. Contact me for any questions or reach out to me if you need anything. I had a client that I sold a house to, and she said, I just need your advice. Can you come over? I said, yeah, I'm on my way. Shows up and she's like, what color would you paint this? And what color floors would you put down? And I said, okay. I said, the houses in your neighborhood are pretty contemporary. Here's the styles that are going on. Gold's coming back in. I would do a gold fixture right there, paint the wall white, and do some gray floors. And I would do the tile floors that look like they're wood. And she did it, you know, just any way that I can help you. And that's how I am with anyone. So, you know, no matter what you need, just let me know. So, and if you come from a place like that, people will use you in real estate. So I hope I covered a lot of ground today and answered a lot of questions for you guys. If you have any questions for me or just want to talk about anything real estate, please just reach out to me. Shoot me a friend request on Facebook, connect with me, and I'll be hanging around here for a little bit longer.